Друзья, всех приветствую, здравствуйте, уважаемые родители, девчонки, мальчишки, а также их родители. Так, я увеличил немножко звук, и вроде звук будет нормальным. Так, друзья, начинаем проходить игру Hogwarts Legacy, вернее, не начинаем, а продолжаем. Немножечко контент поменяю, в плане, знаете чего? В плане того, что буду проходить игру немножечко по времени дольше. Примерное время от 1,5 до 2 часов, друзья. Поэтому запасайтесь терпением. Буду по возможности, конечно же, обязательно комментировать, как делает этот один блогер. Я, конечно, его не копирую, но он мне очень нравится. Поэтому контент будет по времени, по длительности немного дольше. Надеюсь, это вам зайдет и будет вам приятно. С вами канал Медигеймс, игра Hogwarts Legacy. Продолжаем. Также будем продолжать, соответственно, в этой игре побочки. Все побочные действия будем выполнять, вернее, миссии. Также и пойдем по основным. Это как уже, пойдет по накатанной, грубо говоря. Запасайтесь пряниками, друзья. С вами канал Медигеймс, игра Hogwarts Legacy.
So this is the underground harbour. The Grey Lady. I'd say hello, but she doesn't seem particularly social. Revelio.
Кстати, да, я все-таки узнал, как открывать эти сундуки чертовы. Никто не пишет в комментариях, никто мне не помогает. А я все-таки сам догадался. Хе-хе-хе-хе.
That book, Professor.
Intermediate transfiguration.
Professor Weasley asked me to, get something from that book. May I have it?
Did she now? I'll give you this book if you humour me by answering a few questions from my quiz.
Quiz?
Some people call bits of knowledge trivia. I would argue that no knowledge is trivial. Hence, I have created a small quiz, just for fun, focusing mainly on the lore of the wizarding world. None of the other students will try it, no matter how many times I ask. They all say they have enough with schoolwork. Ugh, they don't value knowledge the way I do. Surely you're interested. I'll even start you off with a few of my easiest questions.
A quiz sounds like fun.
Splendid! Just a few questions and then I'll hand over this book. Let us begin. Before the invention of the golden snitch, which magical creature was used in a game of Quidditch?
Так, загадка. Какое волшебное существо участвовало в квиддиче до изобретения золотого снитча? И чё, и какая загадка? А как? Давайте посмотрим, какое волшебное существо участвовало в квиддиче до изобретения золотого снитча. Hogwarts Legacy. Ха-ха, я знаю ответ. Золотой сианиджет.
The golden snidget.
Correct!
Верно.
Was first introduced.
Используя снижеток Квиддича придумал Барберус Браге в 1269 году. Увы, теперь эти птички считаются вымершими. Следующий вопрос.
Next question. Which potion is commonly
Какое зелье также часто называют жидкой удачей? Ну, это легко. Так, это получается Феликс Фелицис, настой алихоци и бодрящее зелье. Так, какое? А я похуй, я сейчас не буду тратить время. Зелье жидкой называют жидкой удачей. Так, отгадка. Феликс Фелицис. Феликс Фелицис. Отлично! Поскольку Феликс Фелицис неограниченное время дает тому, кто его выпьет, невероятную удачу, это зелье запрещено на всех соревнованиях. Какие волшебные артефакты упоминаются в сказке о трех братьях? Так, а здесь я вот не знаю. Артем упомянул в сказке о трех братьев. Это что-то знакомое. Ну давайте наугад. Просто дары смерти.
The Deathly Hallows.
О!
Correct.
Нифига себе, верно, реально.
The Deathly Hallows consists of the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. Which ball in Quidditch is the largest?
The Quaffle.
That's right. When a chaser throws the quaffle through one of 3 hoops in a Quidditch match, their team is awarded 10 points. True or false? Polyjuice potion allows the drinker to change species.
False.
Correct. While Polyjuice potion can be used to change things such as age or race, it cannot be used to change species. Well, I suppose this has gone on long enough. I'll put the book back on the pedestal now. If you're inclined to test your knowledge again, I have plenty more questions I could ask you. And I won't be giving you any more easy questions either. The next ones will be more difficult.
I don't have time for a quiz at the moment.
Let me know if you change your mind. I put the book back on the pedestal for you.
Revelio ought to make quick work of this. Professor Weasley's tasks are complete. I should attend Transfiguration. Revelio.
Studying Salazar Slytherin's spellbook. Meet me in the Undercroft. I found something.
Revelio.
Так, вот по поводу вот этой штучек, короче, смотрите. Я вроде как понял, смотрите. Вот 21, 11. Должна быть цифра, короче, какая-то. Получается... Блять. Сова. Где-то еще должно быть что-то. В общем, в совокупности должно получиться... А если я могу наугад херачить? Или здесь что-то еще есть, да? Или мне... О, нифига себе, не зря шел. Изображать средневекового волшебника с заискивающей ухмылкой Грегори Льстивого. Он известен тем, что изобрел ельную мать, которая заставляет пьющего верить, что тот, кто дал им это зелье, является их лучшим другом. Так, ну это сложнее.
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
When you spot or hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabinet. Inserting it in the lock is the tricky part. I hope you follow some. If you open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Revelio.
Who would have thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life? Uncle Roland sends his best. He often asks after you.
Hello, Adelaide. How are you and your uncle doing?
Very well, thanks to you. The more I learn about Ranrock's foul lot, the more astounded I am that my uncle survived. I looked back over his old owls and noticed that they included pertinent details about his rare metal deposits. I believe that Ranrock's fiends were after those deposits and that they needed my uncle's knowledge. He was willingly going to rot away in that cell to keep me safe.
Any other pertinent details about those owls?
Plenty. Uncle Roland couldn't be certain, but he thought he overheard goblins talking about infusing something into goblin silver. He wasn't sure what they meant, but something about the way they spoke of it made his skin crawl. It's clear you saved my uncle from a very bad lot.
It was nothing at all, Adelaide. I'm just glad your uncle's safe.
So am I. Seeing him again was such a relief. I told him that he must remain vigilant from now on. I, for one, can't help but look over my shoulder now whenever I leave the castle grounds.
Revelio.
down, settle down. Transfiguration, as you may be weary of hearing me say, is an exact science that can take a lifetime to master. But we needn't be daunted. Almost anything can be transformed if you can just perceive the potential within it. As I see in all of you, tremendous witches and wizards, every one of you. Or it could just be my eyesight. Now, you all know what to do. Beautifully done.
You wanted to discuss my progress so far this term, Professor.
I did. You seem to have had no trouble in getting up to speed, and frankly, excelling in your schoolwork this year.
Thank you, Professor. The extra assignments have been helpful.
As I suspected they would be. Now, it seems you've been making good use of the opportunities presented by your field guide. Of course, the guide isn't the only measure of success. I've heard that you can brew an impressive Edurus potion. Hopefully, you won't need it anytime soon, but it is a valuable potion to have when it is needed.
Thank you, Professor.
I will say I'm especially impressed with all you've accomplished in light of the rumors of your extracurricular activities. Was your visit to the kitchens and the Hogsmeade graveyard with Nick to bribe a ghost for information connected in any way to Professor Fig?
Professor Fig has encouraged me to explore when I can, in an effort to complete my field guide.
I see. I admire your penchant for learning, but do remember that your classwork and field guide are designed to educate you thoroughly. It'll be the end of the year in no time, and you'll want to be well prepared for your OWLs. I'll provide a final assessment at that time to ensure that you're ready for your exams. Until then, well done. You are dismissed.
Since our visit to Feldcroft, something dawned on me about the triptych. Meet me at the Overlook, just north of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll explain.
My plan with the helmet failed, but I have another idea. I think we may be able to find what we need at a goblin mine south of Hogwarts. Meet me there, and bring someone who speaks gobbledygook.
Hello, Gareth. So, has your aunt been taking it a bit easier on you lately?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, a few days ago, she gave me a detention. I was only testing a new recipe in a mostly empty classroom, and the fire was put out quick enough.
If you're setting things on fire, then perhaps you ought to rethink your choices.
That's exactly what Aunt Matilda said. Can't let the doubters sway me. When they taste my latest brew, they'll forget their criticisms and the fires. It'll be bigger than butterbeer. Oh, that gives me an idea. Better write it down. Best of luck to you.
Hello, Sophronia. That was quite the quiz you gave me. What are you up to now?
Good test of one's knowledge, isn't it? I'm actually working on something equally interesting, but need help from a 5th year, so it's good you came along. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time, even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
What ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while. Just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Grafhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll...
suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
I'll look after you.
Revelio.
Deke would like to talk with you when you have a moment.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you wanted to tell me more about the loom.
Ah, hello. Yes, about that. Deke has had a thought. He... Seems the room thinks you need more space for your beasts. As Deke was saying, he's had a thought. Now, Deke knows how you can test the item of clothing that you enhanced in the enchanted loom. And perhaps help an old friend in the process.
What do you mean?
A house elf named Tobbs works for his master retrieving leech juice in a cave near Hogwarts. Tobbs' master doesn't let him leave the cave, and Deke knows the cave is infested with spiders.
That sounds awful.
It is. Deke hasn't heard from his friend for a while now. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs.
I understand. Leave it to me, Deke. I'll find Tobbs for you.
Oh, thank you. Please let Deke know what you learn about Deke's old friend.
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Tobbs Cave shouldn't be terribly far from here. Deke has marked the area on your map.
What are you up to now?
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Sirona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Sirona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
How nice to see you, my young friend. Revelio.
stolen by others, now, should you? I should warn you, I won't make the same mistakes my colleagues have made. Quite the impressive fighter, aren't you? Now you've met your match, I'm afraid. You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake, my friend. I know you're the one who stole our hippogriff. We've been looking for you.
These rocks have seen better days. Professor Fig could have seen that.
Keep your body by yourself. Potatoes! Explosion!
This must be Tom's cave. I suppose I should head inside. Lumos. Confringo. Lumos.
Топс, ты собрал на 3 флакона меньше, чем требовалось. Ты знаешь, что это значит? Это значит, что мои постоянные покупатели не смогут купить уменьшающее зелье Симуса. Из-за этой глупой ошибки ты неделю не получишь еды. И не забудь наказать себя подобающим образом. Когда я вернусь за новой партией, вместо твоей идиотской улыбочки, я рассчитывал увидеть окровавленные бинты. А если в следующий раз не соберешь на 5 флаконов больше, то лишишься не только еды.
Tobbs' master is awful. Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here? Lumos.
Revelio.
It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He Must have headed deeper into the cave.
Revelio. Confringo.
Хозяин, если вы ищете Топса, то он ушел вглубь пещеры, потому что здешних пиявок он выжил досуха. Топс надеется, что хозяин дождется его возвращения. Там, куда отправился Топс, для хозяина слишком опасно. И остерегайтесь пауков. Топс.
That didn't sound particularly reassuring.
Confringo. Revelio.
fiends.
Капец, короче, арахнадул, блядь. Ёбаный, блин. Так я тяжело с ним воевал. Это капзец просто, друзья. Вы видели этот арахнадул этого ёбаного? Это же пиздец, друзья. Это очень тяжелый арахнадул. Или как его? Арахнатупой ублюдок нафиг. Жесткий чувак. Реально жесткий прям. Прям вообще тяжело было, конечно. Но я вроде как с ним справился.
have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs.
Хозяин, если вы найдете тело Тобса, значит большой паук оказался слишком силен. Тобс подвел вас и заслужил такое наказание. Тобс чувствует слабость, хочется спать. Тобсу нужно.
Poor Tobbs, left here alone with the spiders.
То есть получается Топсик умер, да? Ну Топсик значит сдох, да. Жалко Топсика. Нормальный был пацан. Нормальный пацан был, но Топсик сдох. К сожалению, Топсик погиб как герой. Ну ладно, что ж, бывает. Блин, а теперь сейчас куда? Ну давайте сейчас посмотрим. Или нам сюда, или туда. Так, я там почему-то плыл, да, разбил, да, доски разбил, но почему-то я туда не дошел. Почему, вопросик? Почему я туда не дошел? Ну, здесь явно что-то должно быть, правильно? А, ну здесь в основном бабки и пиявочный сок, ничего особенного нету. Ладно-ка, давайте дойдем до туда.
That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave. I'm back from the cave, Deke.
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best to Tobbs.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke feels lucky to serve such kind witches and wizards like you. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right.
By the room of requirement, Deke mentioned you might be interested in learning how to breed beasts.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Take your time looking about. Plenty of wonderful books to stoke a curious mind like yours.
Now I can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the thestrals.
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is Let's look at what we have, shall we? Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Очень быстро стали путешествовать, друзья, как вы заметили. Это очень даже удобно, но опять же, есть небольшой недостаток в плане того, что... что немножечко я не изучаю карты, мир, туда-сюда. Это что такое? Бадьян, сладкая мальва, мандрагора. Ух ты, мандрагору можно сажать. Спорыш какой-то. Так, ну давайте, вот. Сладкая мальва всегда здесь. Вот надо запомнить, что сладкая мальва у нас здесь всегда будет, да? Нет. А, нет неизвестного снаряжения. Нормально. Ну, в целом, короче, в общем, неплохо.
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
yourself. I mean you no harm. Everything's all right now.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
Nearly attacked by wolves, I was. Only just escaped with my life. I need to be better prepared next time. Could use some thunder brew. I don't suppose a student like yourself would be in possession of such a thing?
Yes, I have some right here. Please, take it. And be careful.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I knew you had a good heart. I feel better already just knowing I have some thunder brew on hand. Please take this as thanks for your generosity.
Это в смысле я такой добрый, блин, ей все отдал, что ли, блин? Капец, да? И даже не отблагодарила, дрянь такая. Прикиньте, она даже меня не отблагодарила. Я ей столько всего отдал, блин. А она что-то даже спасибо не сказала. А ты кто такой, блин? Леопольд Бабкок.
Thank you for your patronage. That's been a pleasure.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
There they are, up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
No one enters this office. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists surrounded with blood.
Who is it? Back this way.
Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work. This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through, or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose?
You should know better than that by now. We've all told you before, and look what happens when you don't listen. Come back on pudding, but you control the other day.
An intruder!
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term.
It is. And that was
Rebellion.
relatively fun.
For better or for worse, we're in. It looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
Not for a minute dying, are we? Showing off, are we?
Ranrock's loyalists are in here.
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the forced fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs. Clever spider. I shall sleep better tonight. We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Lumos.
Lumos! Lumos.
Lumos.
Lumos. Still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
I was only following orders. Leave your accusations to someone else's direction. Not quiet enough.
certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
You Gryffindors don't have nothing on brain. A rune symbol.
Randall's loyalists never knew to look for it.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rune symbols. These runes must be connected somehow. Try casting at them more quickly. Perhaps try casting at them in a different order, and be as quick as you can. that.
То есть, получается, 3 руны должно быть. Ну, без разницы, короче, в какой последовательности, да? Их вообще можно замораживать. Ёкаланы бабай. Когда я очнулся, перед глазами все расплывалось. Как долго я была без сознания. Помню лишь его глаза, пустой взгляд. Пустой, потому что он уже не испытывал боли, но... А еще помню, как меня захлестнула эйфория, когда боль рассеялась. И потом все вокруг завертелось. Кажется, я ударилась головой, когда падали. Ни ушиба, ни ссадины нет, но в голове пульсирует боль. Надеюсь, это не черная смерть. Зато он больше не будет страдать.
What do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
Another
О,
passageway.
метелки.
We should search the room first.
Еще один проход, но сначала надо
I think I
обыскать.
found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain. are
Rebellion.
they? Still, something about this place feels odd.
Так, сова тут какая-то. Так.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
Rebellion.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins.
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable. You'll never believe what I've...
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learnt. Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it. because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
I am not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Lumos.
Revelio.
Lumos.
Hello there.
Hello, Amit. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course! How exciting! I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Thank you for being willing to help me, Amit.
You are very welcome. I'm looking forward to meeting your friend Lodgok.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Seems a pleasant enough little place. Nice to see you again.
Likewise. What can I help you with today?
And what do you have for sale?
What are we looking for today? A fine choice. Exactly what I would have chosen. Thank you for stopping in.
Nice to see you again.
Likewise. What can I help you with today?
And what do you have for sale?
What are we looking for today? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it.
This place has seen better days. What do you have in store for me this time? A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, perhaps you could tell me why we're here.
Of course.
Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped. Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
You said this would repair the chasm between the two of you. How did you not expect him to react this way?
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They describe repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals. Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle.
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Cock. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ.
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
We need some idea of what Ranrock knows or is plotting. I suspect a careless loyalist may have left plans behind. And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen. Either by the eye above the enchanted door, or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.